morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Facebook friends and YouTube viewers. We're here at VFA 27 Royal Mace Hangar with AO2 Rion Dwayne Branch from New York, who is our Sailor of the Week, and Master Chief Michael Wilkins. So welcome. AO2, obviously this is your first opportunity to hang out with us here at the short table, and I heard you requested an extra short table because you wanted to snuggle with us. Is that true?
No, sir, not really, but...
Roger that. It looks like that's how it's working out, though.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So you're from New York. So I went to high school in upstate New York, which if you're from New York City, upstate is Westchester County, but I'm from near Albany up in Saratoga Springs. So when I see New York, whereabouts in New York are you from?
Brooklyn, New York, sir.
So New York?
Yes, sir.
Like, when you say New York, you expect people to know you're from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yes, sir.
Right. Born and raised in Brooklyn?
No, sir. I was born and raised in Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And what brought you to the U.S.?
Just opportunities, looking for, better things to do.
Okay. How old were you when you moved to the U.S.?
I was 12 years old, sir.
So not on your own, your parents brought you?
Yes, sir.
Brothers and sisters? You have two sisters?
Two sisters, sir.
Renisha and Rihanna?
Yes, sir.
How old?
Rihanna is 14, Renisha is 7.
So you're the big brother?
Yes, indeed.
Do you Skype with them?
Yes, I do.
What kind of stuff do your sisters like to do?
Renisha is like gymnastics. She's really famous in Trinidad for gymnastics.
Yeah.
Rihanna, basketball. She's like a little bit tomboyish, a little bit.
Yeah.
So she likes, pick up after me a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I was with her from since she was smaller, so she raised with me.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. Anything I'm interested in, she's also.
I bet they're adorable. Do you have their pictures all over your workspace, or at least in your room, I hope?
At the house, I do.
Yeah.
I do. They have pictures of family, mom, dad, everybody.
So, Sound of Freedom going overhead here. And you have a child.
Yes, I do, sir. Milan, yes,
2 years old.
2 years old.
Enjoy your life, I'm sure.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
That's great. Tell us about what you do here at VFA 27. What shift do you work?
Actually, I'm working night check right now, sir. I wasn't working in the 230 ordnance shop until I later on moved to the line shack. I'm in charge of the line shack right now, sir, on night check. It's different from the AO world.
Yeah.
Being separate from the AO shop is different, but it's definitely something I don't mind doing.
So the line shack, I would say, are probably, everybody works hard in a squadron, but the line shack are the guys and gals that are out there on the flight deck, when it's 120 degrees in the Persian Gulf, and the pilots and the navigators, if you're in a two-seat squadron, are hanging out in the air-conditioned ready room. The flight deck folks, the plane captains, are the ones up there busting their hump, getting the planes ready to launch and recover. So how long have you been in the line shack?
Sir, right now about a year, sir.
You ready to move on, or are you enjoying it?
I like it. I must say the line shack has been one of the most fun places I've ever been.
Good answer. Yeah. Great. All right, let's go into the news topics. CMC.
All right, ATM closures. As a reminder, the ATM at Club Trilogy will be unavailable due to construction happening inside Club Trilogy. Please feel free to use the ATMs at the Flight Line, the Nex, or the one by Community Bank.
The main gate will be closed from 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday, February 8th for maintenance on both the inbound and outbound lanes. The west gate will open during this 4-hour closure, so please plan accordingly.
Partial power outage. NAVFAC Far East has scheduled a power outage from Saturday, February 8th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. or in event of rain, move to Monday, February 17th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. The outage is necessary for electrical crew and contractors to replace power supply critical system equipment for building 3050. Other buildings that will be affected by the power outage are the Branch Health Clinic, Youth Center, MWR Warehouse / Club Locker Room, MWR Office, buildings 451 through 456 SOQ, 480/482/483, BOQ 484/979, BEQ, high rises 3042/3050/3101/3102, and family housing 3021 through 3032. 3044 through 3049 and 3055 through 3068. For any questions or concerns, please call 264-3336.
Bicycle safety. Naval Security Forces at Tsugi Crime Prevention would like to remind everyone that all cyclists must wear safety-approved bicycle helmet when riding their bicycles. Also, in accordance with the law, a bicycle is considered a vehicle, so cyclists must legally obey the same rules as motorists. If you have any questions, contact security at 264-4446.
Voting. This year, the entire U.S. House of Representatives, the third of the U.S. state and 36 state governors will be elected. To ensure your absolute ballots are sent to you, it's important to submit a new federal postcard application. Even if you just voted in November, to register, visit fvap.gov to use the online FPCA assistant to help you complete the form and find more information about the voting process and your state requirements and deadlines. You can also talk to your command voting assistant officer or call the NAF at Tsugi voting assistant officer at 264-4444 or email vote.atsugi@navy.mil.
All right, AO2, for your first time, I think you did a smash-up job. So this morning on AFN 810, Eagle 810, I kind of went through these same news topics, and it's me sitting in my office. And the partial power outage there, all those numbers, I think you did a better job than I did. So I think you have a bright future ahead of you no matter what you do. And if you want to go into newscasting, I think you have a bright future there as well.
Thank you, sir.
Obviously, the Navy is your life right now, so focus on that. But
will do.
what you have in the future, I think you'll do well.
Thank you,
okay,
sir.
As we go into the break, MA1 Nash from security is going to be driving over here from the security building. When we come back for the break, we're going to go into a breathalyzer demonstration with a new Alka sensor that our security force began implementing this weekend. And that's all we have. Let's see what messages we have for the week.
MWR is on the lookout for catchy slogans that speak out against drinking and driving. If you've got one to share, head over to our online form to enter the contest. The contest is open to all active duty, commands, and SOFA personnel, and each person may enter up to 3 slogans. We'll be closing the contest on February 14th and voting for our top 3 via Facebook. Winners will have their choice of prize, each worth $50. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Valentine's Day is soon approaching, and we'll be celebrating all day at Atsugi Lanes with Cupid's Red Pin Bowling. There will be game and shoe discounts all day, and at 8 p.m., we'll turn up the music and neon for some cosmic bowling. Show the love and bring your sweethearts to the pool for a family swim night from 5 to 8 p.m. on Friday, February 14th. CYP is hosting a Parents' Night Out on February 14th from 6:30 to 11:30 p.m. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by stopping by Central Registration. Join us for a special 4-course meal in celebration of Valentine's Day at the Golf Course Restaurant. Call 264-3572 to reserve your table by Monday, February 10th. Join us next week for information about the upcoming Military Save Week events.
We're here now with MA1 Nash from our outstanding security department with the sound of jet noise, the sound of freedom rolling over our heads. Back here at VFA 27, the Royal Mace's hangar. The reason we have MA1 Nash here today is to demonstrate the new breathalyzer that most of you have seen at the front gate. Last year, over 1,000 breathalyzers were administered at the front gate with 0 positives for Atsugi personnel. So bravo Zulu to the whole community. There was some pushback on the blowback from the old Alka sensors at the front gate that had the little cone on top of it. And there was a lot of concern with blowing into the cone and whether or not bacteria from the last person to blow in there would blow back in your face. So our security team has ordered these whiz-bang RoboCop-looking batons from Galls, I believe, and they're not too cheap. So we're here to demonstrate the new wands here that you guys will be experiencing at the front gate. They've actually been out in the street for nearly a week now. So I'm going to simulate coming up to the front gate, driving a car. Obviously, I'm standing here. And MA1 Nash is going to demonstrate what they do with the driver of the vehicle and how quick this process is. Okay? So here we go. I'm at the gate.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is MA1 Nash. I'm conducting a sobriety checkpoint at this time.
Okay.
What I need for you to do is take a deep breath and please exhale into the center of the device while not putting your mouth onto the device.
You don't want me to kiss the device?
No, sir. No,
Okay.
sir.
All right,
Please
good.
take a deep breath and exhale into the device. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you, sir. Have a great
Good to
day.
go? Hey, you too. Okay, so what, that whole process, maybe 10 to 15 seconds, and it seemed like the longest process was him doing the introduction. Me blowing into it was pretty quick, and then maybe 4 or 5 seconds for the light to register. Captain Weeman had taken some Listerine last week when we had this demoed in our office. Gargled with some Listerine and walked over and blew into this, and obviously it's going to register a positive because Listerine does have 20% alcohol. So MA1, if you can tell us what this is going to show us that's different from the last sensor that you guys are employing at the front gate. So how does this help us as a team to make this more efficient?
All right, well, sir, people when they come up to the gate should expect a more speedy process than they're used to. Like you did say, that blowback that you got from the old device, it doesn't really apply to this device. This is really user-friendly for the security department as a whole, because for our sake and purposes, if the device registers any color on our indicator other than green, then we would have to go on our secondary device to see if that warrants probable cause to get an official sample at our security department.
Okay, so more efficiency at the gate.
Yes, sir.
Less blowback from the cone. Makes everybody's life and job easier.
Yes, sir.
And it's a new tool for you guys to employ for the NAF Atsugi team.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
I appreciate your time, MA1.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Have a great day.
Okay, welcome back to another edition of Captain's Call. We're here with Master Chief Wilkins and the Sail of the Week AO2 Rion Dwayne Branch from Brooklyn, New York, which you just call New York, right? You expect everybody to know you're from the big city. And he did kind of spill the beans that he's from Trinidad and Tobago, so I did my best to pick up an accent, and I did pick up a little bit of an accent. So you do have a little bit of roots still left in you from Trinidad and Tobago. So I went ahead and asked him at the break what kind of sports he liked, and flippantly I said, "Do you like cricket?" And he says, "Of course." So tell us a little bit about your cricket experience growing up in Trinidad and Tobago.
From the time when I was in school growing up, I think that was the #1 sport from little till we get big. From small, you had to play with the little softballs, the little tennis balls, because you don't want to get hit with the cock balls that the professionals play with.
Yeah.
So as I grow older, we started moving up into cock balls, and then I migrated to the U.S. and then picked up other sports.
So when you get to Brooklyn after playing cricket in Trinidad and Tobago, so did your family look for a cricket club for you? Do you play on a roof of a high-rise, with the netting? Or?
Not really. I just moved to other sports. Cricket went back on the back burner, and then other sports came up into play.
Okay.
So it just went from there.
So if I got a cricket bat and a ball and some croquet wickets, they're not croquet wickets, but they're called wickets.
They're called wickets.
I get it. Right? Could you still play? Do you know the rules?
Yes, indeed, I do. Never forget it, sir.
What's the longest game you ever played? I heard they can go on for days.
They go on for days.
Yeah.
We haven't played for days, though. We call it quits sometime.
Yeah. So when you watch baseball, that little mitt that makes it easier, is that kind of how you look at it?
That might have been nice to have when we were home.
Yeah, you guys are barehanded.
You're barehanded.
Awesome. So you picked up soccer as well when you were a kid, and
Yes,
you
I did.
carried over into
New York.
Brooklyn?
Yes, I did.
How are
sir.
your skills compared to the American students when you got there?
It was equally, because I wasn't really the best soccer player. We just do it for fun,
Yeah.
But it wasn't either the best, but it was equally.
So now you're in Japan. Probably no cricket or tough to find. Probably have a chance to play soccer, maybe some flag football, but you probably like to drift.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why don't you tell me about drifting?
it is a big thing that we like, not just myself, but a couple other people on base really like to do. So it's probably at least 3 times a month we do the drifting.
Where do you do the drifting?
Up in Shiba, we do drifting in Shiba, Fuji, up in those places.
So I'm 43 years old, and I'm kind of, there's cool and there's uncool. You know, my kids probably think I'm cool, but in the realm of drifting, I'm uncool. I know nothing about it. So tell me about drifting. What is drifting? Like,
well, basically,
you get in your car and you just kind of drift to the side.
Well, no, you
right?
just put the car sideways, sir. The whole thing about going sideways as fast as you can, keeping the speed up, putting the car sideways. That's really the base. Basically, get it.
Yeah.
It's kind of dangerous, yes, but.
It sounds like a lot of fun as long as we're not doing it on base.
As long as we're not doing it on base.
Yeah.
It's
earmuffs.
Yes, sir.
So what kind of gear do you need to drift?
Oh, you need a stick. You need a manual car. I mean, you're not necessarily, but it'll be a lot easier for you to do it in a manual car. Helmet, some seat belts.
Do you need one of those NASCAR Dale Earnhardt neck braces?
No, you don't need to go that far. But
why not?
I mean,
it's money. It's money.
It is.
It's a bare minimum. So helmet,
them good seat belts. Make sure your seat belts work, and preferably a roll cage just in case something do happen. You happen to roll, you are protected.
So any of the young sailors out there that might be watching this, if you have any drifting questions, I'm sure you can find them in the global branch, BRANCHE. Okay. So let's go ahead and go into the ice comments for the week.
All right, XO, we've got a few concerns to discuss this week. First one up is the bowling alley. A customer expressed concern when the attendant was unable to answer questions regarding the prices and created an atmosphere that made customers believe they were not welcome.
Okay, so you have a pretty pragmatic answer here from Joseph Jolly that works over there at the bowling alley. His answer is pretty simple. We'll have training with staff on customer relations, and training will be conducted on pricing. So got your message, and we're working on a path forward to correct it. Okay?
XO, our next concern comes from a customer for the next beauty salon. They expressed concern about prices increasing that in some case represents a 300% increase in price.
So Master Chief confided in me at the break that he actually made this ice comment because he's used to paying $7 for the eyebrows and $7 for the underarms. So Master Chief, sorry, you're now paying $15 for the former and $25 for the latter. Just kidding, it wasn't from the Master Chief. So the answer we have here is from the next general manager, Miss Laura Collier. Fantastic general manager and leader over there at the exchange. First, the prices were pretty low, but the prices had not changed in 10 years. So inevitably at any business you go to, whether it be on a Navy base or out in town, no matter which country you're in, prices are going to go up. You rarely see prices go down unless you're a Walmart shopper and it's some kind of special sale. Okay, and I'm sure there's sales on eyebrows and underarms as well. So the prices haven't changed in 10 years, and the next wanted continuity of pricing service between all Navy bases in Japan. So of course they go out and they survey the other bases and local businesses, and that caused them to raise their prices. So we appreciate your loyalty as a customer and hope you will see the value and services we still offer at the next Atsugi Beauty Shop.
And so our last concern here today is the galley mid-rats, and a patron from the galley that serves the Hilo squadrons on the east side of the base says that they're running out of food 20 minutes into the meal and they have very limited selection.
Okay, so great comment / complaint, and the answer is from Senior Chief Red Espinelli, who works for NAF Atsugi in the galley there. I'm going to read his answer verbatim because I'm not a CS and I don't want to butcher this, so to speak. He says, we'll be implementing additional menu items for that meal, and 2 CSs will be assigned to each satellite mess to ensure portion control is being conducted. Random inspection by our senior leadership will be conducted to enforce this policy and maintain high quality service. We will also conduct customer service, sanitation, and proper food handling training for our night crew. However, We do want to thank you for your inputs, and we encourage all feedback from our customers. Our goal is 100% customer satisfaction. We hope this will bring enlightenment to your crew and the other squadrons as well. Thank you again and have a great day.
And if I may follow up on that there, XO, I followed up with the Hilo Squadron Command Master Chiefs, and they tell me that since Senior Chief responded to this ICE comment, they've received no complaints from their sailors on the mid-rats.
Okay, great. All right, let's go into the Bravo Zulus.
Service Provider Ranger Jim. Having been in the customer service field for over 16 years prior to becoming a Navy spouse, this is the first time I have came across a group of individuals that are so kind, considerate, helpful, and always ready to greet you with a smile as the staff that you have on duty on Saturday nights. It is nice to have such a welcoming feeling when you walk in the door. So I would like to thank them for always having a smile on their faces, but also to be heard in the voices when they speak. Service Provider Family Housing. A resident of Tower 3102 appreciates the use of the grocery carts. Two problems have surfaced. The treads have worn off the wheels of every cart. Secondly, we seem to be down only 2 carts for the entire building. Service Provider Family Housing. I would like to thank Mr. Blunknight for such a prompt response to my request for improved shopping carts in Tower 3102. I saw them sitting there when I came home from work on Monday evening, and I'm sure entire tower is pleased to have them. Additional Bravo Zulu, the Atsugi Red Cross would like to express their sincere thanks and gratitude to the Atsugi community for their outpouring of support for the Philippines following the devastating typhoon. Saturday's 5K and 10K runs generated $2,000 for relief efforts and brings our total contribution to $11,000. Well done, Atsugi. Thank you to our MWR team for the awesome Super Bowl party, and to the MWR marketing for our opportunity to meet some great NFL players. Miss Christina Douglas did an outstanding job organizing and coordinating so many of us could get autographs.
Did you get an autograph?
No, I did not.
Did you go?
No, I did not, sir.
Well, you missed out on a wonderful opportunity there.
Yeah. Did you work Master Chief, or did you go to it?
I did a little of both, actually. I welcomed the NFL players representing the command, welcomed them to Atsugi. Took the opportunity to get a couple of pictures with me and Dorsey Levens and Seneca Wallace on my iPhone so that I could send those photos out to friends. Yeah. Especially a good friend, John Unsett, back in Virginia Beach. He's going to be really jealous because he's a huge Green Bay Packers fan.
Also known as a cheesehead, right?
Yes, absolutely, cheesehead.
So AO2, before we close this, you have a shout out to anybody back home in Brooklyn or here to your...
I'd like to shout out my mom, Abigail Darbasi, back in Brooklyn, New York, and also my dad in Trinidad, Roderick Branch in Trinidad and Tobago, and so my 2 sisters, Venetia and Rihanna, and also my daughter, Rilan. That's about it.
Okay, great job. AO2, nice job, and congratulations on being the Sailor of the Week. And MA1 Nash, great job over there. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day to come and show us a new alcohol sensing device there we're using at the front gate. That's all we have here for this week. Tune in again next week for another edition of Captain's Call.